everyone, and welcome to episode 67, Chronicles Tier Podcast, Guild Wars 2 podcast for fans, by fans. Pokemon is out, so everybody's distracted, including myself. But that's okay. See this? Closed. Time to do a podcast. On this week's show, we're going to be talking about Halloween. Came out on Tuesday. Pretty interesting stuff. I'm here with Naveen.
Hello. How's it going?
That's it. Just us.
See, my DS is also closed. It's even turned off. It's not even on sleep mode. It's turned off completely.
That's some serious dedication.
I know. I really don't want to be distracted.
Pokemon are sad. They're all alone. But anyway. Yes. Sorry, guys. Bromms had an emergency school project thing to do, so he can't be here tonight. Casey, we tried to get her to show up, but she said she's sick. I think she's just playing Pokemon. Don't lie to me. I mean, I know she was, because we were just trading before the show, so I don't know how sick she actually is.
Too sick for a podcast, apparently.
Apparently.
It's okay. We'll do it as a duo.
That's right. No Bromms, no problems. Just the two of us.
That's fine. I can deal.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll just kind of jump right into it, guys. You know, because we don't have a lot to talk about, or because we want to get back to Pokemon.
Is it going to be a short show this week?
It might be. It might be. Might not be.
For the first time ever.
Don't quote me on that. Alright, so let's start it off. Naveen, this week's show brought to you by a meme.
This week's CoTPodcast episode is brought to you by... Remember when loading Lines Arch only took a second? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Hasn't been that way in a very long time.
I know. Pepperidge Farm remembers, though.
I know. Well, it hasn't been since... Well, especially Halloween's been rough.
Yeah.
To get there.
Yeah.
So.
World versus World actually took a much more longer to load than Lines Arch. Now it's really like the other way around. Especially if you start the game and when you loaded first, when you got out of the game, like when you logged off, you were in Lines Arch. It's crazy slow.
Yeah. So. Alright, so we'll start off here with some shout outs. Just again, if you're listening to us on iTunes and you want to watch us live, it's every Thursday night, 9 p.m., twitch.tv/Chronicles of Tyria. We are always here, except when we're not.
Makes sense. Thanks, Captain Obvious.
But yeah, it's definitely worth coming out live. Not every time, I'll admit. Not every time. Sometimes it's boring. Sometimes we give away free stuff to people only if they're watching. Mm-hmm. So this isn't one of those times. Or is it? I don't know. You'll have to wait till the end to find out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of shout outs. Naveen, this first one, I'm going to ask you to pull up the picture, if you could.
The picture you sent me at the first?
No, Grayfer's picture.
This one?
Yes.
What?
One of our members, Grayfer, made up this image, which clearly everybody knows what time it is when you see this image.
It's data mining time.
That's right.
Isn't it awesome? It even has your glasses from that one website.
Oh my god, I know. I didn't even grab... Forgot. Almost forgot.
So you gotta protect your eyes.
I do, you're right.
There you go.
There we go.
See the resemblance now? Yeah. I just now noticed the COT on the hat.
Yep.
It's so awesome. Wow. You're awesome, yes. Grayfer.
Thank you very much. Carolina in the chat asked if I'm tired.
Yeah, it says his eyes are tired from playing Pokemon. Are you using those glasses to play Pokemon?
I'm not, and I should. You're right.
You should.
Should.
Especially, how much time have you spent?
Let's find out.
Let's
We'll
find
see.
out.
We'll see exactly how much time.
Just a reminder, it's not a Pokemon podcast, but
45 hours?
45 hours?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. 45 hours.
Do you sleep with them? Like, oh my
Well,
God, Pokemon, gonna sleep with you.
I'll teach them and they'll teach me.
I see what you did there.
They're my best friends, man. It's the world we must defend.
Oh my goodness.
No, I routinely clock over 200 hours on every Pokemon game. So this one, I'll admit, again, not a Pokemon podcast, but to just cut it here before we go too far on a tangent. This is the only one where I've been able to really play with friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because you can see when your friends are online, you can trade, you can battle like that, and know when people are online.
Right.
And now that we've established this wonderful community and this guild that we have, Chronicles of Tyria, I'd say there's at least 15 members of our guild that are playing the game, which makes it more enjoyable to me because I don't have to try to find random people on the global trade station. Then I'm like, oh, I really want to get this simple starter level Pokemon. They're like, cool, I want to level 100 shiny legendary for that. And I'm like, really? GTS people? Come on now.
There's Splinter 5, who's also Swiftimus. He's a fellow streamer with me on Guild Wars 2 Live. He's in the chat room saying, also, the clock still runs while it's in sleep mode.
Okay.
So I didn't know that.
So that's... Maybe then it's not as bad as you think.
Yeah.
It's totally because it's always in sleep mode.
Probably.
Totally.
Yeah, let's blame it on that. See, when I turn my DS off, it's never in sleep mode, just because I don't want the battery to run out too quickly. But yeah. Oh well.
Anyway, another big shout out to Mr. Matt Visual, who you may have seen on last week's show or listened on iTunes for last week's show. It was awesome. He's a cool dude. We played Pokemons together. It's a thing. But no, he's a super cool dude. He did, I think, officially switch to Tarnished Coast.
Yeah, he did.
Recently, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Getting a lot of the big community members. We've got us, which we're not that big, but we're big to who matters. To our guild and whoever else. Dolphy is on Tarnished Coast, and now Mad Visual is on Tarnished Coast.
Yep.
I'm not sure. There may be others. If you're a Guild Wars 2 community member and you watch our show, let us know. We'd like to see who else is on Tarnished Coast.
Well, Carolina from Project Tyria.
That's true. She's also.
There you go. She's there.
Yeah. And again, a shout out to Matt because of networking. Holy shit, pardon my French, networking.
Shit's not a French word.
Whatever. Term. Anyway, the episode got not over 900 views in less than in a week today, actually, a week today. And that shot us up over 30 subscribers on YouTube in less than a week due to, I'm going to say wholeheartedly, to that video. And the networking from the tweets and, Guild Wars and Dragon Season and Relics of War and everybody, the whole Twitterverse of Guild Wars 2 tweeting out everything. And you know what? While I'm at it, a shout out to all those guys at Dragon Season and Relics of War. Because those guys are always, on the ball about retweeting anytime we do something. Wooden Potatoes, Matt Visual, whoever. Anytime anybody puts out a new video, comes up with a new contest, whatever, they are on the spot tweeting that out. And that's awesome.
Definitely.
So thank you to all of you guys. This community is really great. We need to make it a meetup.
Yes. Eastern Coast, please.
I've been trying to do this really, and I'll admit, half-heartedly for a long time, but it really needs to happen. For reals. But I digress. Naveen, did you have any shout-outs?
I do have a shout-out. My shout-out goes to... Who? Where is it? I had one. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's actually from that video from last week's podcast with Matt Visual. We got a ton of comments, about talking about what we talked on the show and everything. But there's one comment from Killed Chained. He said, first time watcher here. I came to Matt Visual from Wooden Potatoes and came to hear from Matt Visual the circle of life. And he said, very cool podcast, guys. I enjoy it. Then proceeded to subscribe. So thank you very much. I'd like to also point out that if those 30 people subscribe to our channel, it's because they liked what they see. So, hey, shout out to us too.
That's right. Yeah. I like this networking aspect. And it really is a testament to how big Twitter can be to helping a community.
Yep.
It's unreal. So
Twitter's huge, dude.
Because I don't particularly like it, but it can't be beat when it comes to community stuff. So, and again, for those of you who do like what you see, I'm sorry. I wanted to point out that we did not have the Lorecast come out yesterday like we were supposed to. We were gonna do it on Mad King Thorn, so get you guys kind of up to snuff on what's going on with that. We did a little bit on him last year around Halloween. But we also have last year's Halloween event to factor into this and the little bit that we've seen this week. But with all this Bloody Prince Edric stuff going on, couldn't research too much magical and chaotic energy. We just couldn't do it, guys. There were some IRL problems, not Pokemon related, believe it or not, that did not allow us to record when we did. And we were going to maybe try to do it yesterday, but then we'd have to record and edit and release on the same day. And that's a lot of work, and it probably would have been shoddy as far as editing goes. So, but we'll push that off. Maybe we'll do that next week. Maybe if we can get really creative, we'll drop the lore and the verses next week. Again, COT verses still happening every other week when the Lorecast isn't. If you have suggestions for themes or types of battles you'd like to see, submit them to us. We'll make them happen. A new idea I just thought up of is going to be do a Char Warrior versus a Human Guardian. We'll try to make it as close to the game, and we'll do a Logan versus Ritlock. Who would win? Zoja versus Air, that kind of stuff. Weird themed things. So we'll see what happens. So send us your ideas for fights, and we'll act it out. Right now it's me and Bromms, but I'm sure we can convince Naveen and whoever else you've ever seen on any of our community podcasty universe that we have, and we'll have them pulling Al Cardellino or Joel from Drawing with Joel, or make Casey come back. Whatever. We'll figure something out.
Just don't make it Naveen versus Logan Thackeray, because I'm just going to curl down and cry.
Yeah. So, again, check out our merchandise site. We haven't talked about that in a while. There's been some small updates and additions. There probably will be some data mining stuff going up now that we have an image for that. I'll work on that. But cafepress.com/COT trading post if you want to get mugs or hats or shirts or shoes or stickers for your wall, bumper stickers, coats for your pets. I don't know. It's free to make it, so I put it on everything.
Also, to all those who bought stuff, I'd really like for you to post it on our Facebook page so that we can add it to our albums.
Yes, because there has been a decent amount of people purchasing things, everything from jewelry to dog hoodies to mugs. So just go ahead and post those, and we will shout out to you on the show, and we'll put it up on our Facebook for everybody to see.
Yeah.
Naveen, you wanted to mention something about the Pink Day. We talked about it again last week. We'll mention it again.
Well, it's actually the last week that I'm going to be talking about it, because it's happening this Saturday. If you want, there's still time to donate stuff, but there's a whole bunch of good Guild Wars 2 loot that has been gathered for the event. Go to let me restart that. GW-EN.com. for all of the information. GuildWars2Live.com is going to be streaming for the event, and is to raise awareness for breast cancer. All donations are going to go towards the Canadian cancer something research. But it's the money goes really towards the whole world. It's not just for Canada, it's everywhere around the world. So this coming Saturday all day, people are going to be streaming Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2 events. Go to gw-en.com for more info. So that is all. Next week, I'm probably going to be talking about it again, but just to kind of give you a last week, what happened last week? What's that word I'm looking for? A
recap?
Recap. Yeah, that's it. About what happened Saturday and all that. So if you missed it, like I'm going to, at least you're going to have all the info about it. So that's going to be an awesome event. Don't miss it.
All right. I also like, again, to just... We did get a lot of comments, like Naveen said, on our YouTube video. And there was a comment from a guy in the name of Jazz Midi. It said, "Great interview with Mad Visual, you guys. Now interview Wooden Potatoes, please. He doesn't have to show his face. That would be cool if he did. But I think it would be fun to hear his story. That would be great. We would love to interview Wooden Potatoes. We've been trying to hunt down Dolphy for a long time. That hasn't happened yet.
Nope.
We're working on it.
Yep.
Keep an eye out in the future. We'll see what we can pull together.
I'll work my my social charms.
There we go.
I'll try to.
Hey, it's all good.
So
and then
hey, Wooden Potatoes, would you like to join? No.
Don't do that.
That's not Brit.
don't do that.
Okay.
I don't know what that was, but don't do that.
Okay.
I think we have an image that talks about what time it is. I think we have an image.
What time is it? Oh my goodness! Is it data mining time, lagywn?
I think that it might be.
You're gonna have to make a COT decal for that hat.
Yes, I will. I'll have to buy a sticker. That's right. It is data mining time. We had some interesting stuff come out of the Mad King Thorn
patch,
Blood and Madness. First thing up, the upgrade extractor separates one slotted item from one item. This item will be bound to the character after it's extracted. What this means is if you put it like a rune or a infusion for Ascended Gear or something like that, this item will be used to withdraw it from the item without destroying the item or the upgrade. I'm a little sad that this doesn't... There were, remember that more advanced salvage kits from Guild Wars 1?
Mm-hmm.
Will let you do that. You get the expert salvage kits, which would pull the stuff out and keep the item.
Right.
I like those, but I'm gonna be... This is pretty much the equivalent, and I'm gonna be willing to bet that this is a gem store purchase. Because it most likely would be. Let's see, we're going to have some images for you on this one. Armor skins and town clothes is what it's called, and it says, new and old outfits available for the Mad King's Festival. Seasonal, for sale only this Halloween season. Costume yourself as a fearsome executioner in these town clothes as long as you're not in combat. Comes with a hat and uniform that hides all of their slots, plus a toy great axe with 5 role-playing costume brawl skills.
Oh.
This extremely silly helmet skin has no stats of its own and can be applied once to replace the appearance of another helm of any weight class. This skin can be converted for PvP use. Silly helmet skins available for a limited time. Now, can't fight your way out of a paper bag? Get all 4 paper helmet skins for a bargain price. Happy, sad, angry, and blushing paper helmet skins can be applied once to replace the appearance of another helm of any weight class or converted for PvP use. So to point out, they did talk about an executioner set of town clothes, but also the silly helmet, whatever that is, and the paper bag skins are these Halloween town clothes-esque things that will be applicable to actual armor that you can actually wear, similar to the stuff we had in Guild Wars 1. Now, Naveen, you have an image. Here you go, guys. The paper bag helmets. Take a look at those. You got the 4. You've got scary, happy, or scary, blushing, smiley, and sad.
That is the coolest, silliest hat ever.
And again, a special shout out to Memory Burn, who you may remember from the COT broadcast a while back. That is him modeling those for us. So, thank you, sir, for taking those images for me so that I can upload them here to the podcast.
Nice.
So, thank you. We're going to continue on. We still have some more stuff. There's the Bloody Prince's outfit. Contains 3 pieces of town clothes, making up the Bloody Prince's outfit. Town clothes cannot be worn in combat.
Spoiler alert.
Mm-hmm. Bloody Prince's staff toy. The Executioner's outfit contains 5 pieces of town clothes, making up an Executioner's outfit. Town clothes cannot be worn in combat. Mask of the Knight. Again, double-click this to apply the look to your current helm. We've kind of already know what that is. That is the item we're going to get from completing Mad King Says, once the Mad King shows up in about a week.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's pretty much it. We have blushing, and then it's just a list of all of the different helms, paper bags, fancy mask, heavy fancy mask, yada yada yada. So that's it for gem store related stuff. We do have some interesting information, which I'll post the links to potential new maps for World versus World or something.
Your mic is a little bit too close to your mouth.
I realized that. It got real close, real fast.
It's a little bit too personal for my taste. Thank you.
What's the matter, Naveen? Anyway.
Nice.
So I will post this link. You can still hear me all right, right?
Yep.
Okay. This link was the first link that came out. And this was some new map data. People were thinking, they're saying this mysterious new World versus World map. And there's chat codes in that link to post, for the different keeps and entry points. Mm-hmm. So that came up first. Now, the second one...
I like how there's a Moogle in it with a hamburger.
Right? The second one just came out of the most recent thing. This is the, I quote, huge new map. Now, Memory Burn posted just a line in there that says 1.9 times the size of South Sun. 2 different maps entirely. The first map, I believe, it's been removed, that whole section there. Because if you look at the most recent link I just posted, this new map came up. It's 1.9 times the size of South Sun Cove. Think about that for a second. Almost double the size of South Sun Cove is this new map. You can see staircases and structures, 2 small arenas in the bottom left. And it says, worth noting as well, Fortune's Veil has been removed from the World v World map. And if you click Fortune's Veil in his link, it'll take you to that first link I sent you with the new World v World map, that whole thing. So, is this going to be an updated Obsidian Sanctum, perhaps, where they're going to have that big arena for Guild versus Guild we mentioned last week? Is this going to be an entirely new map? Who knows? But it's going to be twice the size of South Sun. And again, most importantly, it's going to be for free, because it's Guild Wars 2, and we get massive content for free.
Nice.
So, feel free to delve into those 2 links I posted. Guys, will post them in the description. See if you can. I just kind of glanced over them more. I was more excited about paper bag helmets and Pokemon. But feel free to dive into those further. And if you come up with any interesting finds on that, send them to us at hosts@chroniclesofteria.com. Comment on our Twitter or Facebook, whatever, so we'll mention it. We'll update everybody about it with your findings, and we'll give you a shout out next week. So that concludes...
Data mining time, lagywn.
We really do need a jingle.
Yeah.
Because now we have a card like to cut to in between.
Yeah. Have a nice
So,
little animation, like cartoonish. Have it like pop to your screen.
and that's what we need for like question of the week and all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
This meme is brought to you by.
Mine explosions,
Yeah.
full of action. This CoTPodcast rated PG-13.
Memory Burn says no jingle, a mining sound effect.
Oh, I see how
That
it
actually
is.
that actually would be pretty easy, actually, just to get like a pick.
Like your mom? What?
Just take the mining thing from the game, actually, when you're mining ore in the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Jolie says she'd try to make one, but school. Well, Joel, start drawing. That's your thing. Also composing, apparently. Do that too. Yeah. We actually have a random act of kindness this week.
Oh, do we?
From one of our own members, Willow, and she said, "I would like to thank / shout out to Jally, Zhilly, and Caerulei. I don't know how to pronounce. You know who you are.
K.
Yeah, that guy, girl. I don't know.
Guy.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his name. All I think of. Never mind. Well, I'm gonna get distracted. Anyway, for helping me brutally murder a Blackgate thief that pissed me off in World vs. World.
Aww.
I've heard about this thief from multiple people about how it drove her crazy chasing this guy down to finally be able to defeat him. Took 4 other members to help it happen, but it happened. So thank you, Willow, for your random act of kindness shout out.
Nice. Swifty in the chat room sent a link for the sick burn that I did before. And it's a wiki link to the list of burn centers in the United States.
Thank you for that. I'll have to go get that checked out. Also, I have to say, I'll just go get a burn heal.
Oh, what?
All right, so again, we're already at the topic of the show. First time ever getting in this fast. Blood and Madness, the new patch, Halloween, at least Halloween Step 1, anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're gonna get when the Mad King shows up later in the month.
I was sure there was gonna be a change today, but I guess there's nothing because it's one of the writers from ArenaNet. Man, I should have copy pasted. But basically, what he said is I can't wait to show the Guild Wars 2 players what I wrote for this new update on Thursday. So, but then nothing happened. So
I can actually speak to that.
Ah, yay! What happened?
There is a short story up on the website.
Oh.
And it details, and I don't want to spoil it because it is really good, and I read it right before the show. It goes into the relationship. You kind of see a little bit of it in the Labyrinth, but the relationship between Mad King Thorn and his son, why his name was stricken from the record books, why he was locked in the box in the first place. That whole is detailed in the short story on the official Guild Wars 2 website. Again, for those of you who don't know, usually with every patch, sometime even not tied to a specific patch, sometimes just for funsies, they usually release a short story that takes details further. This is how we learn more about Scarlet. This is how we knew about Glint being tied to the Zephyrites. That kind of stuff is all comes out in short story form. And I've had my complaints. Why isn't this done in-game somewhere? And Wooden Potatoes did a whole video about it as well, where if it was in-game somehow, it would be more receptive to players, because now you have to leave the game, go to the website, find the short story, read the short story on the website, and then go back in-game. If this could be told in a cutscene, or even one of the concept arty cutscenes, or a book that you read or you find and read in-game, that would be great. For now, though, it's basically you wait for Wooden Potatoes to do his storytime video on it where he reads it to you. That's usually the best way.
Yeah. And also, thanks for the link, Swifty. It's John Ryan, the writer.
Okay.
So, yeah, gonna be reading that after the show.
It's very well done. I would love to see I would read a book about Mad King Thorn. I feel it should be a children's like picture book though.
What?
Let me finish. I feel like it should be.
Let me finish. I'm gonna let you finish.
All right. I think that a book about Mad King Thorn should be done, like in a hardcover children's book with animations. Not animations, but it's all like drawn out with like rhymey Dr. Seuss type text throughout it.
Uh-huh.
But the images are all like weird and disturbing and like not kid related because that's Mad King Thorn.
Tim Burton-esque.
Yeah, that's Mad King Thorn in a nutshell. Like, oh yeah, Casey said a pop-up book. Yeah, I think that would be really funny. We had the Mad Memoirs, the back piece that we got last Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be really funny if it looked like that, and it was like a gruesome, like children's book, but tells the tale of Mad King Thorn.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be, I think, a really, again, it's a niche market to make that a thing, but
Casey says pop-ups of someone being beheaded. Yeah, because that's very kid book oriented.
Well, the point of it is it's a children's book, but it's not for kids. Like it's done in that. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean.
But like I said, I think that's more of an Etsy thing than an actual ArenaNet thing, because it's such a niche market to have. That's people who would want that. The people that do want it would like drool over this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's move on from that. Let's talk patch. So, we'll kind of glance over the balances because a lot of the professions got a lot of balances and it did a lot of good things. Ellie got some love on their conjure weapons. Did you just delete those messages?
I deleted someone, but I deleted Joel on accident. I'm sorry.
All right. Anyway. So
I
anyway.
did it on purpose.
Right, so there was a lot of balance updates. A lot of the classes, Rangers got a big buff in that their pets got a lot of more health now. Tab targeting was fixed, so now it targets players over pets and turrets and things like that. Just a lot of good quality of life fixes. They changed the floaters for the condition damage now. It details each condition rather than just a total group number, which I like. Like I said, it's definitely a lot of good fixes. It's a little unfortunate that it took this long to get them, but I didn't play around with the new with ground targeting at all. Did you mess around with that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did? Okay.
Yeah. There's only because this morning when I logged in, Tully, actually I have to give this shout out to Tully because he said, "Oh, I really like this new targeting thing," and I'm like, "New targeting thing?" Of course, because I'm always the last to learn about everything. So he's like, yeah, if you go into your options, there's this targeting, and then you can change it, to either have it normal or fast with direct target or whatever. I can't remember what it's exactly called but technically it's if you hover your mouse somewhere where you want that target to be, you just press your target skill number or whichever key you have it assigned to, and it's gonna instantly cast. So you don't have to click, drag your target, click. It's just hover your mouse, target. That's it. So it's really, really quick and efficient. If you're running a necro that has a lot of whales, this is gonna be insane. So I didn't even have time to practice with my necro, but with my elementalist, it was pretty cool. The only other thing I noticed with the elementalist is that the staff skill, the fourth one, the one where it just popped a bunch, I can't remember the name, but it popped a bunch of rocks and it just crippled people. Now it creates a wall so that people can't go over, so they can't cross it. Just stops them, which I don't know. I don't like it much. So,
yeah. I like I said, I haven't really messed around with it, but I kind of like the way it is for me, and everything seems to cast quick enough for me. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah. Uh, they changed all the ground target revive skills, like the signets. They now revive its ground targeting. So rather than just hitting a signet that's like you will res 3 people, it doesn't just randomly pick 3 people. You target who you want to res, which is nice. But again, I don't want to get too hung up on that. There's a lot of interesting lore stuff that happen.
Mm.
But for starters, there are 3 new Halloween-themed mini pets in the gem store. I don't know if you've seen those.
Very quickly.
Okay. And you can combine them with a candy corn cob, which a candy corn cob is 250 pieces of candy corn. Or no, I'm sorry, 1,000 pieces of candy corn.
Oh, damn.
So 1,000 pieces of candy corn equals 1 candy corn cob. You take one of those plus the 3 minis, and it makes a mini Carlotta, which a Carlotta is like a ghostly spider. It's pretty cool.
Oh, called it. Remember?
You were right.
When you were data mining?
I remember.
I got something right. Write it down.
I have it in game. It's pretty cool. I like it.
Nice.
What else is there? There is. Oh, I'm a little candy corn shot up in price a lot. I don't know if you noticed that, because 1,000 candy corn equals 1 corn cob, and I think it's 15 of those will get you the 20 slot box, like 20 slot bag for your items, and 20 candy corn cobs will get you the mini Bloody Prince Edric.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the recipes for the old Halloween weapons, like the Mad Moon and Arachnophobia and all those, they've been updated now where they take candy corn cobs. And they also take, I think, the updated Chattering Skulls and all those things. So you need 1,000 of those to make the pristine Chattering Skull and the whatever it is, the Curious Finest Nougat instead of regular Nougat Center.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Jesus, people, seriously?
I know.
I promise I'll have new mods. Sorry, people on iTunes. You're just, well, actually, I'm not sorry. You didn't see that stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Anyway, sorry, I'm just going through and helping delete stuff. Yeah, 15 cobs equals 15,000 candy corn. So to get yourself a 20 slot bag, you need 15,000 candy corn. Wow. That's 20,000 to get a mini Bloody Prince Edric.
Okay, so can you actually sell the item on the trading post? You remember how we needed those things to get the dragon wings?
Yes.
It's going to run the same way, right?
Yes, except the mini is not sellable. So you can't buy the mini. You have to buy the corn cobs, which I believe are just normal.
Right.
So
oh, sorry.
No, yeah, go ahead.
She says it's cheaper to just make a 20 slot bag then.
Yeah, it is, because when I checked, and this was the beginning of the event, candy corn was going for $1 a piece. 1 silver for 1 candy corn.
Wow.
If you recall, since the last Halloween up until recently, they were like 2 or 3 copper a piece. So you probably could have bought a ton of stuff and then just sold it all outright to make a lot of money. Let me see if I can find the updated... Okay, so the recipes now for the Halloween items are 40 bottles of Elonian wine, 10 candy corn cobs, which is 10,000 candy corn, 10 piles of crystal and dust, and 10 of the either nougat centers, plastic fangs, or gibbering skulls. Which, to get those, it's the same thing. 1,000 of the regular version makes the advanced version, so that's 10,000 candy corn, 10,000 of either the plastic fangs, nougat centers, or chattering skulls, and then 40 bottles of Willow-I wine and 10 piles of crystalline dust. So, yep.
It's insane.
So I can't remember the old recipe, but I'm not sure if that's any easier.
Swifty says 10 mega materials.
Yeah.
And a mega ring. Let's get a mega evolution of Guild Wars 2. What? Okay.
See, now you're just bringing it back to Pokemon.
I'm sorry.
All right, so have you done the clock tower? Question that's probably on everybody's mind.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
Nope.
No?
No. I actually streamed 1 hour time. Oops, sorry. Kicked my mic. I streamed it for an hour this morning when I streamed for Guild Wars 2 Live. And I just couldn't get it to work. Like, it's the same thing as last year. It's just there's one very good thing about it is that now they've changed other people running it with you. You don't see them anymore. You see wisps, so they don't block your view. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
The bad thing about it is that they removed the party system with it. So you can't do it with your friends. And it's sort of like a PvP setting. So it's not, I don't know. It's weird. It's, I don't know. But
yeah,
it's the same thing as last year. It's just as difficult. I know there's a lot of people who are like, what are you talking difficult? I've run it 5 times in an hour. And I'm like, I don't care. Screw you. Whatever. So, yeah, it's still fun, but it's very frustrating because I have absolutely no coordinations with my fingers. So,
yeah, I did it last night, and it took me maybe, I'm not too bad. It didn't take me that long, but I feel like it's definitely not like last year. It was like a huge deal, to complete it. And now it wasn't like I already knew how to do it. I'd done it once, and now it didn't seem as difficult anymore. So, I mean, it was still difficult. Don't get me wrong. I did die a bunch of times. It was frustrating, but
it's just very easy to some people. Like my husband was like, "Oh, I fell. Oh, I done it." I'm like, "Already?" He's like, "Yep." All right. Come give me a shoulder massage while I finish this.
Yeah. And I heard a lot of people saying it did cut back. You used to get a lot more trick-or-treat bags. You used to get 10 for completing it. Now you only get 3. And the reward you get is just exotic gloves. Last year you got slippers, like shoes. So people are saying, like, oh, it's going to take you another 4 years to complete the Mad King armor set. And I had a crazy thought today. Let's say that is the case. Every year from now till 4 years from now, you get a different piece of Mad King armor. But let's say you get all that armor, and then when you combine them all together at the end of the 6th year, it makes you look like Mad King Thorn, but it's actually armor. Like it's some super secret thing that you wouldn't know. Like in certain fantasy games where you can have multiple pieces of an armor set, but until you have the whole set together, it doesn't do anything.
Right.
I think that would be really cool if they did that. To reward those people who held on to all the pieces over the years.
Oh my goodness. So don't miss one Halloween event. Yeah, last year was the slippers. This year's the gloves.
Yep. And it's been, and just in case I didn't clarify that people were saying in the chat there, it's not a unique skin. The skins are the same for like heavy armor people. It's the pit fighter armor sets. You can get the exact skin. The only thing is it comes with a Mad King rune slotted in it.
Oh.
So, but anyway. So the new Black Lion weapons, have you seen those? The ones that you use the Black Lion tickets for?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't even had the time to go there. I did most of the events, but I didn't check that much of like the new items and the trading post and all that. So unfortunately, no, I have not.
Yeah, they not. I don't know if they're as good as last year's, but like last year, I feel there was really mixed things. Like the two-handed chainsaw, everybody loved that. It looked badass. But a lot of the other stuff was like kind of okay. Like the severed hand dagger, I don't think anybody actually uses that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
people use the shield. The scythe is pretty nice. People use the scythe. I haven't really seen the rifle much at all, or
What? That is the coolest bow I've ever seen.
okay, so I take it some Naveen's looking. Yes, the for those of you who don't know, the great sword is shaped like a bat, and when you hold it, bats fly out of it.
I'd seen that, but that's the only weapon that I had seen. It's because I think Memory Burn linked it in guild chat the other day. So and then I right clicked and preview, but I didn't see the other weapons, and I just scrolled down, and I'm like, what? Oh, look at that shield! What?
I have this shield. I really like it. I don't know. Jalinar took some pictures of mine because it's got New Crichton written across it
Uh huh.
to try to translate it, but the glowy effect makes it kind of difficult. Um, so
That bow, dude. Wow.
yeah, I like the bow. It look just so you guys don't know, it looks a lot. It's very similar to Arachnophobia, which is the short bow version, but that has more orange theme colors to it rather than black and green. It's black and orange. And the Bloody Prince staff looks amazing. It lights up and everything. And the silly scimitar, which is the sword, it's like a rubber sword. So when you move, it like the tip of it like flops all around.
Wow.
It doesn't have, but that's my problem with it. It doesn't have a funny sound to go with it, which I think it should.
Yeah.
Like how the pistols and the warhorn from Super Adventure Box make funny sounds.
Right.
I feel like this sword should have that as well.
Mm-hmm. Very interesting.
So those are all available currently for one Black Lion claim ticket, the Black Lion Specialist. Again, those will be available after Halloween ends, but the price will go up. It'll be probably 3 to 5 Black Lion claim tickets. So get them now while you can. The skins, before you apply them to anything, are sellable. So if you have extra, it might be worth buying one and then just hoarding it away and then selling it at a later date.
Uh-huh.
We don't know about Mad King Says yet. That hasn't happened. That's happening in the 30th, I believe, so the day before Halloween.
That's how it went last year.
Yeah. So that we'll be waiting for that. The only PvP game type to come back was the Lunatic Inquisition, which is the kind of zombies mode one where one person starts off as a lunatic, and they run around. If they kill people, they join the lunatic side and they try to kill the villagers. I'm a little upset because I super loved Reaper's Rumble, which was the Dota 2 style one where you would run around and try to take the various cathedrals, and you have your skeleton there. You'd bring the pumpkins back to him. I really liked that one a lot, but it didn't make a comeback. But you can still see the zone if you're in the Mad King, or if you're in the Mad Realm and you hit M and zoom the map out, you can still see Reaper's Rumble up in the corner.
Right.
So the doors are all around Tyria, just like they were last year, except the difference is now you have Mad King doors and Bloody Prince doors. Some of them will be left open. That's how you travel to the Mad Realm. And then some of them will just spawn trick-or-treat bags. Some of them will spawn enemies and events. Yeah, and the labyrinth is more or less the same. It is a farm-type area where you can just run around and kill mobs as doors open up here and there. You go kill mobs. And I'm not sure if there's... I remember last year, right when the labyrinth opened, there was a really bad mistake ArenaNet made where, like, the drop rate for exotics out of the chests in the Mad Realm was like 50%.
Yeah.
So exotic weapons were dropping like crazy. In my experience, it's not like that. So they must have gotten that under wraps.
Yeah, no, it isn't. I just have one complaint to do about that patch. And it goes with all patches every 2 weeks that we get. We don't have a very good tutorial. There are people who get things really quickly. And then you have people like me who just log in game and see that, oh, I got mail in, and they show you where to go. But then once you do that live story, you're like, okay, where do I go now? What do I do? Like, I really liked how Guild Wars 1 ran, and it updated right away. Like, okay, now you have to go there and do this. Now it's just like, okay, you finished that live story, that part of the story, figure it out on your own. You have some stuff on your map, but that's about it. A lot of people are going to be, oh, Naveen, you're so slow. You don't get that easy? Come on, that's so, obvious. But no, I think they need a better, not a tutorial, but a better way to show people, okay, your next step is to go there. Mm-hmm. Because even my sister, I got my sister to play Guild Wars too. By the way, she still had to register to her forum. Sorry. She was there, and she's like, okay, where do I need to go? And she's new to the game, right? So it's still very new. Everything is very new to her now. So she's super confused about where to go. I've been playing that games ever since beta, and I'm confused where to go. So imagine the new players, they're going to lose interest if they just wonder, okay, where do I have to go? So I think that they need a new system to help other players to figure out, well, this is where you have to go before the time runs out, Because even though this patch is it's going to be here for a month, it's still a little bit difficult to figure out which paths to take. So that's my only complaint. Other than that, it's an awesome patch. I love it.
Yeah, I really don't want to spoil the story, because it's not that difficult. You do go find Magister Tassi. If you read the story that came out, the short story that came out today, it'll pretty much, if you haven't done the patch yet, read the short story first, because it's going to take you right up until where the patch starts in the game. So if you read the story, then the first thing you're going to do is go find Magister Tassi and do the event. It's simple. It's soloable. If you like, you could do it with friends. That's fine. I haven't done anything past the first one yet, which I will be doing the second piece of that after the show tonight. So I can only speak to the first bit. But the rewards are pretty cool. You get her little golem eventually that helps you out to continue the story, which is a nice way to do what you were just saying for the living story anyway. But you have to get to that point, because not everybody checks their little mail icon. If your mail is full, you won't get them. Well, actually, you will. I think they overwrite the full mail system. The special.
You do have to delete other mails though.
Right, but it's nice because after you do the initial thing, she's like, here's this item, this golem. If you have problems, if you need to get a hold of me, double click on the golem and it tells you where to go. But more things about that would be nice. But at the same time, as we all know as gamers, this can be done very, very poorly. There's a certain little fairy from a certain game that we all know who personified trying to tell you where to go and what to look at and what to listen to, that was done poorly.
Hey, listen!
I was trying to get around.
Hey!
Trying
to... Yeah.
Yeah, so it can be done poorly. So you have to manage that.
What?
Do I have a Nintendo 64 controller? I'm gonna push the up
Watch
button.
Hey, wait!
See this time, hit B. Put away. Go away. Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, I might know where to go. I know, we're in the Forest Temple. Thank you. We're already there. You're a great help.
Come back in my hat.
Yeah. So again, there's a fine line between having a way to tell your players where to go and being a Navi. Nobody wants to be a Navi. Uh, so anyway, I don't really think there was much else. Oh, duh! Tomorrow is Friday. Starts season 1 of World vs. World.
Oh, that's exciting. What?
Doesn't even feign interest. Have you looked at the achievements? There's a whole section in Living World achievements for season 1.
Yeah, I saw that. It says
So
Living
they don't
World.
start till tomorrow.
And it says World vs. World season 1. And I clicked on something else.
Look at the chat right now.
Naveen, take away the Naveen, say it out loud. Hey, that it's in Living World. Naveen is Navi confirmed. What?
You see? If you take the N off Naveen and then say it without the N at the end.
Navi.
No.
Why do you think what's her name? Blah. Brain fart. Willow. She calls me Navi all the time.
Yeah, well.
Hey! What? So every episode I'll be like, hey, Lag! Hey, Lagwood! Hey, listen! Got a shout out! Watch out! State of mining time! Lag's gonna go hang himself.
This is my nightmare.
There's no one else to help you. Okay. Blame it on the pumpkin seeds.
Anyway, World v World Season 1 debuts tomorrow. I think if you just log in, you get achievement points, because there's one that says start the World v World season. So, definitely check it out if you're interested in World vs. World. Even if you're not a World v Worlder, there's probably going to be, if you can actually get in, I should say, because it's probably going to be pretty full since it is the start of Season 1. But there'll probably be a lot of people running around and zerging, because since this is the start, people are going to really want to try to represent their server, because you do get chests at the end of the season based on what place you come in. So first, second, third get chests, and first place gets better stuff. So, I don't know. That's your thing. Check it out. I know I'll be in it, so we can talk about it next time. And next week will be... Is next week Halloween?
No.
No, it's not. We have one more.
The week after. Yep.
The week after is Halloween. Alright, so we will be back next week. We'll actually have a preview next week of what the next upcoming patch will be. Also, Wood and Potatoes did a video about it, but I'll mention it to you guys. If you don't know, go visit Kessex Hills. Visit just, there's that waypoint up on the top above the lake. I think it's like, starts with an M, Mender's Waypoint, Gap Waypoint, I don't remember the name of it. But it's at the top right above the lake. Run down towards the lake and you'll see some familiar faces. Marjorie Delacqua, Lady Casimir. People that you haven't seen are there talking all about the crate and a giant mesmer force field bubble and how they're doing all this stuff. And everyone's be alluding to what's coming out the following week. Possibly something to do with crate obelisks, that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
And they are fully it's not like they're just there. They do talk. They have, actual voice-acted animations. And for those of you that were hoping that Casimir would be a badass, she's a little girly girl. And you're just going to have to deal with it. I think her voice dialogue is, I think I'm perspiring.
Perspiring?
So, yep.
Who says that?
Lady Casimir.
I'm sweating. Yo.
Also, I'd like to point out that statement I just made was specifically for Casey.
Mm.
But more importantly...
She said in the chat room, no freaking hell!
Marjorie Delacqua will be back. So there is still a possibility that Lag and Marjorie, CSI Infinity's Reach, could be a thing. We'll see.
I like Marjorie, though. She's pretty awesome.
She's just a different character, just not typical to what we've seen in Guild Wars, and she has the potential to be like a really good, on like the Scarlet level, but not like to that degree because Scarlet's a villain. But she has the potential to come back and all throughout the living story going forward if they ever need like a hook to like, oh, we need someone to investigate this, and then oh well, we have an investigator, and we'll bring her in, and we helped her out that one time, so now we've developed that rapport, so we can come to help her out in the future.
Right. Now Casey's raging in the chat room right now, going like, it's like a girl can be beautiful and smart at the same time. I'd like to point out there's a lot of NPCs that are beautiful and smart at the same time. And you are beautiful and smart at the same time.
Also, they also talk about how Casimir, I don't want to ruin too much because you should go view it, but how she's like a total badass mesmer. Which is funny because Marjorie says apparently there's more to Casimir than her looks because she's actually pretty good because they brought her onto this mesmer team. So...
Dun dun dun. It's all related to Queen Jenna. She's just meant Smir too. You're all gonna die a very gruesome and painful way.
Well, on that note, I don't think there's a better way to end a patch about bloody Prince Edric. So I don't. Did you have anything else you wanted to mention before we close it out? I think that's pretty much everything that was in the patch.
I love candy corn.
Do you?
It's very nummy.
So you like candy corn. It's Bromms who does not like candy corn.
Bromms hate this stuff.
Because on the stuff where we talked about candy corn elementals, candy corn instance, he wrote barf in parentheses in the show notes.
Yeah.
And then we wrote candy corn elemental, and he wrote living barf.
Living barf. Oh, Bromms. Yo,
also, I like to point out that I did track down and find candy corn Oreos. I found them.
Oh, yeah. You posted a picture, didn't you? Was it you?
Somebody posted them about me saying that.
Was it on our Facebook?
It was. Someone posted it to me.
Then we forgot a shout out. Wait, I have to quickly go there.
So, yeah. Candy corn Oreos, good. Not as good as birthday cake Oreos. Better than candy cane Oreos. So, if you have candy corn Oreos in your area, I recommend trying them, but don't buy a lot because you're probably not going to want to eat more than a box. Although I've only had like 3, and 90% of my box of candy corn Oreos are gone, so I guess my wife really likes them a lot.
It's not on Facebook, so I don't know.
It might have been Twitter or YouTube.
Oh, man. Now you're going to make me go there. I can't do that. There's not enough time. There's a lot of... That's like looking for a needle in a stack of hay. Stack of hay.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time for that. Bleh.
Yeah, somebody posted something about... It might have even been... It might not have been a direct comment. It might have been like a comment within a post. And someone said like, oh, because of your candy corn woes or something like that.
Yeah. Anyways, it's very chemical infused, so I wouldn't suggest anyone would eat it. Although I'm eating candy corn, so what am I saying?
Yeah.
Oreos are bad, okay?
Oreos are delicious.
Yeah, they can be delicious, but bad.
I was going to say something, and now I'm not. Because that would have been awkward if I said what I was going to say.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, I don't see the candy corn thing, so...
I can't find it either. So it's going to have to be on the next podcast. Maybe I'll find it then, and I'll be able to shout out. Sorry to the person who did post it. Maybe it was on YouTube. Who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Now everyone wants to know what you're saying. By everyone, I really mean Swifty.
Oh. No, it's too late. It was a joke, and the joke is lost now.
It's too late to apologize.
I would say it, but it doesn't... It's long past... It was like a...
Was that your mom joke?
It wasn't a your mom, but it was like a, well, you're, or like a that's what she said type thing, but it's so far gone that it won't even make sense anymore.
You're good but bad? No. Anyways. Beating a dead horse is right.
I think you said something about something being delicious.
Yeah, it's delicious, but it's bad for you.
And then I was gonna say, you're delicious, but you're bad for you.
Because that makes sense.
I wasn't gonna... Yeah, anyway. I didn't want to make a Naveen's delicious joke. That's was I was getting at.
Oh, I see. Oh, there we go.
Let's get it, Naveen's delicious, but she's bad for you. It would have been awkward and weird. We didn't make that joke, but here we are. So, you're welcome, Internet.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, I think that's it for us, guys. We don't really have much. It was going to be a short show. Just an hour, almost exactly.
Someone get this girl some aloe. For the bird.
I got it.
Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you want that link, the wiki link for the burning centers in the US?
No. But I will send you a burn heal in Pokemon after this.
Cool.
So.
Actually, can I have a befriend level 2?
I have level 1. Get you.
Or level 1, that works.
Level 1 I can send you. I have to level that one up. Anyway, this is a Guild Wars show, not a Pokemon show. And someone would like to point out, again, we will... Next week, we have to do a formal shout-out to these and actually put them up on the show. Son, who's one of our members, she does speed drawings during our show. So while the podcast is happening, she does these really awesome sketches and drawings of one of the characters in our guild and one of the other, one of the players and members of our guild. She does them during the show. So it starts at the beginning of the show, finishes at the end of the show. We just did a short show, so we had to make her do a short drawing. So we will post them, and we will give her a shout-out, even though she doesn't want that, because she's too modest. But they're actually really, really good.
Well, it's too late, because the link's in the chat room.
Oh, no! You'll never get away.
Oh, no!
She's done quite a few, and it's a lot... To us, it makes a lot more sense because we know the characters that she's drawing.
Oh, what? What? That was a short drawing? That was a speed drawing?
Yeah. That's me. Speed drawing. That's amazing. She's the best. We'll post it in the description.
I'm jealous.
You will also shout out. And we'll actually, maybe next week, we'll show them all. All the speed drawings.
Uh-huh.
How about that? So, alright. Well, guys, thank you for coming out and watching with us. This was brought to you by Awesome Memes and no Bromms, no problems.
No Bromms,
so
no problems. Just a Naveen.
Hey!
Hey, listen! Watch out! It's the end of the
podcast. Anyway. So, for episode number 67 of the Chronicles of Tyria podcast, I'm lagywn.
And I'm Naveen.
And we will see you next time.
Watch out! Oh no! I started the wrong song. Oh well. We're gonna have to listen to Squid and Dredge while we finish up that podcast.
But we're done, aren't we?
No. There we go.